day, afternoon, or night, just thought I'd go live again because I would like to work on the crochet project that I was working on yesterday, and I would also just like to kind of chat with you guys. So, what was I gonna say? Sorry. So yeah, just pretty much doing the same thing. As you can tell, I had to unravel it and fix it again, but I should have it completely fixed now, and it should hopefully get done here soon. So yeah, it's yeah. It has been a day and I am exhausted, but I thought I just would hop on here and go live for you guys and all kinds of things like that. If you do hear any background noise, it is my dogs that are snoring and sleeping, and occasionally they will bark. So yeah, but I'm getting to the end of this. I'm hoping that I actually have this fixed, because the amount of times that I've had to unravel this is extremely sad. So I should be good. Yeah, I should definitely be good. Of course I didn't bring scissors with me. So I didn't bring my scissors. They should be, yeah, so that'll be great. Yeah, I definitely didn't bring my scissors. So I'm gonna probably end up going to get those in a minute, just getting my scissors. So just giving you a warning there, because this is, I think, too long of a tail. We'll see, because we could crochet it in. So yeah, I think it might be too long of a tail. So now we're gonna come back here. I'm gonna do this again for the 15th time. So a technique that I use for joining crochet projects, especially if they're ones that are like no-sew, is I like to line up the edges that we're joining together so that it's easy to for them to match. So like if you look here and you see how this side is like this, and then you look at this side and you see, so that is what we're trying to join here. So what I do with the joining in the crochet is I line up the edges so that way I can have it nice and neat without getting it too crazy here. So it'll look a little wonky, but yeah. So yeah, and now, so then what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna do like a chain and then a double crochet into there. No, actually it's a slip stitch. So that's what I was really messing up with and stuff. So yeah, we are winging it without scissors today. So wish me luck here. It'll be hard. So yeah, I think the hardest thing with the joining is that if you don't do it right, it'll look funky, and that is something I don't really want. It is for it to look funky. So yeah, so then I'm just gonna kind of just weave in the end as we go so that I don't have to do that on a later date. So what I tend to do is kind of turn it in and then, do that. So yeah, so then so the joining process for this, at least this pattern, consists a lot of just like crochet, slip stitch, and yeah, so I'm hoping that I did this right and that we can just go ahead and move on to this, because the next part of the cardigan that we're working on is the length of it, and I think that the length of it is gonna be probably to like your hips, because I'm making this for somebody, so I have to make sure that their hips and that the length is right, or else it'll look kind of weird on them. But in reality, you can like, I got a knot. But in reality, you can make the cardigan and the length of the cardigan as long as you want. Because like I know that there are a lot of people out there that like, there are people out there that like cardigans that are like really long and stuff like that. And so you can make your cardigans any length that you want, any size that you want. What I will do after the live is I will link, because I'm gonna post this in, like this is gonna go out to the public, so if you missed the live or if you missed a part of the live, you can always go back and look at it. In the description box, I'm going to add a link to the tutorial that I'm using. I can't post a tutorial of this cardigan unless I modify the pattern, because of copyright issues, and I don't want to take somebody else's work and do a tutorial of it because of it. So unless I modify it or find a better way to make my cardigans, I'm just from now on just going to link the tutorial for this down below. But also because I'm not good at making tutorials. I'm not like good at teaching people, if that makes sense. I'm good at crocheting. But yeah, so I've just been, this has been like a work in progress for so many weeks that I need to get this done, because like usually I'm also working and planning on doing some festivals and events to get my sales up to kind of start selling crocheting, especially because I am going into school now and doing a bunch of other fun events that I need to have the money for it, and stuff like that. So yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna get a little up close here so that you can see, so that you can kind of see what I'm doing. I like to kind of sit far away because it's better for my posture. But yeah, so books that I'm going to start reading, I am wanting to start reading more. I have read the first 2 books of Percy Jackson, and I'm working on reading the third book of Percy Jackson. I just have not been able to find time for it yet. But yeah, so what I want you to do right now is tell me how your day or how your night is going. So yeah, just tell me how are you doing, and stuff like that, because I would love to know kind of how you're doing. My day's been meh. It's getting close to the end of the school year for me, and it's kind of sad right now because of because a lot of my teachers are getting laid off because of our school district and all kinds of stuff like that. I would also like to note, if you hear any background noise, it is my dog snoring very loudly. It is, I have the door open, so there will be cars going by and all kinds of things like that. So if you hear any background noise, I am sorry. And if I do randomly go silent or go on mute, it is because my dogs are barking. But yeah, so I hope that you guys are doing amazing, like I said. And so yeah, I am going to do a poll after the live, and I'm going to, hang on, my dogs are going to start barking, so I'm just going to go on mute real quick. So sorry. Oh, it's the school bus. That's why. Okay, hold on one sec. Sorry, did not mean to flip. Alright, there we go. I'm back. Sorry about that. So, yeah, yeah. But yeah, about books that I'm looking at reading, I am first off, sorry, I'm going all over the place. The first thing I want to do is make a poll. Make a poll on YouTube about, I want to make a poll about book suggestions or fan edit series, because I know that what will help grow my channel even more is doing edits of more fandoms. So I want to do that, because books I've read are, I've read The Hunger Games, I've read all three books of, well, all three of the main like trilogy, like The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay. And then I want to start reading the Twilight Saga. I have the first book of Twilight, but I haven't read it because I've watched the movies, and usually and the movies were actually not that bad in my opinion, so yeah. And then I want to read the third book of Percy Jackson, and yeah, and then I have also read the books that I've read. I've also read the Folk of the Air series by Holly Black, and all those, and I think I've done one, maybe one or two edits of that. And so I'm just kind of branching out and looking for fandoms and stuff to edit and to talk about and stuff like that. So yeah, my TBR, my to be read book list is so long, like, because I like the fantasies, like I love any romance or love story book, but the fantasy ones just hit different. I don't know why they hit different, but they do. So if you have any book suggestions, let me know, or any suggestions of edits that you'd like to see me, fandoms that you'd like me to do, and stuff like that. But I think the first thing I'm going to hopefully complete is the Percy Jackson series. Well, the main one, because I know that there's Heroes of Olympus and all that stuff. But I think the biggest issue is with the Percy Jackson series is I've gotten so many spoilers from being in the editing community, and because of just being on social media. So I'm trying to direct my feeds, my social media feeds, away from like from Percy Jackson, because I don't want to get spoilers of the books. You know, and I know that there's been a big hot take on the actors for the Percy Jackson show that's on Disney Plus. I've never seen the movies, but I do know that the movies were made in like the 2000s, and so they were not as good as they could be now. But there has been quite a lot of controversy on, you know, the actors and things like that. I don't really get into that because like it's the way that they portray the character is my thing. And stuff like that. So that's what I'm hoping on doing. I'm also interested in reading like Powerless or the Shadow Me series. So if you have read those books, like let me know. And then there's some other books that I need to read. They're more smaller books and stuff like that. So that would be an interesting and nice thing to read. My dog found his squeaky toy, so if you hear some noise, I'm so sorry. So yeah, we're getting to the joining part. So what I'm going to do real quick is just I'm not gonna talk as much because I have to get to this joining part. So give me one sec. This might be a little complicated, I think. What I'm gonna do is this. I'm just making sure that I joined right and that I didn't skip a join, because if I skipped a join or if I went a join in the wrong place, then it'll look weird. I don't think I did, so I think we should be good. So then you slip stitch into here, right? I don't know what the heck. Okay. Yeah, my dogs are gonna start barking. I am so sorry. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna Okay. So we're gonna see how this is gonna go because it's like I was able to get it yesterday, then I messed up. So just making sure I did the correct amount of rows because I know that this side looks correct, but I could have done the wrong amount here because this is supposed to be 2, and that might be why. Because I put 4 double crochets there when I was only supposed to put 3. I don't think that that has any impact on it though. Yeah, this is kind of embarrassing because like I should know how to do that. The thing is I've made so many of these cardigans, but yet I still, like, the joining part is struggling. I'm really hoping I didn't make the thing uneven. They shouldn't be uneven though. So I'm gonna just kind of keep my eye out here for what's going on with this. Yeah, because the bottom portion is right. So unless this was supposed to be with the double crochet too. And sorry guys, there's so many interruptions going on right now. I'm going to just go on mute because the delivery person is showing up and I need to figure this out also. Okay, so I should get it now. I'm just really hoping they don't ring the doorbell. They shouldn't ring the doorbell because nobody should be home, so yeah. So this shall be... Yeah, this shall be interesting, everybody. This shall be interesting. Okay. So let me get this. I'm praying that it works. Oops, where did I lose the okay, lost it there. Yeah, this is just yeah, I don't know. I think I'm having I haven't crocheted in like a week, and I think that it's throwing me off. So we're going to see how this goes. And if I can't get this, what I will do is I will go get another project because I'm not going to waste time on the live trying to figure this out and having to look at the pattern when I can do something that I know I can make. And so I think so we're gonna just give it a go, because I know that they're all the same size. That's the thing I know, is that they are the same size. So I'm just thinking maybe I did it wrong down here, but I don't think I did. Because it all looks right going upwards. So this is, yeah. To me this is kind of embarrassing right now, because like, so I know that I think we slip stitch into this, something like that, and then okay, so here's what I'm gonna do, because I'm so determined to get this right and to do this. I'm going to make sure that the sides are correct and that I've done everything right. So what I think I'm gonna redo or restart is I'm gonna double check that the sides are that the what I'm gonna be doing right now is I'm going to double check the to make sure that they're the same length and that I don't have to unravel a bunch of this, because I really don't want to have to do that. So I'm gonna just hold this up so that you guys can see it. I am, because the way that the neck is that it should have been like a row of double, because the rows have always ended in a cluster, because like there's a double here. So I've made so many cardigans before, so this is the beauty of crochet, is sometimes you mess up and stuff. So I'm just gonna, again, and this is kind of embarrassing for me because I'm trying to crochet and talk to you guys and I'm messing up. So this should be interesting right now. I think it's this side now. I think it's this side that's now being messed up, because when I hold it up, it's not supposed to, because this one goes, let's see, how does this one go? This one goes, it's like this one is like did I do 2 rows only? Yeah, because it's supposed to be, please don't start bugging. Okay, so the way I did it, I guess, is I just did a double crochet in this corner here, so then it should end it in double crochet, because like you hold that out and that looks right to me, and then the next row would be a double, because that, I think that's the repeat. But then on the other panel, it's the opposite. So this is the hard part, is figuring out the situation, because these are all doubles. And so let me see where they end so that I can make sure. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do something a little different here. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna undo, okay. Because I am sure that I have this right. so yeah, I'm going to shut off my camera for a second, and I'm going to get a project that I have been working on and that I need to get done, because I think what's happening is that I am too distracted with the live to fully properly focus on this. And so this is gonna be like an after kind of project. So I am just going to turn off my camera, and I'm gonna still be talking on the live, and I'm gonna get my second big project that I have, because I need to get that done. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn off the camera, but I'm gonna keep talking to you guys, so I'm still on the live. And I'm just going to hang on, Frankie, my dog. Well, I am getting my dog, but I'm also just getting my project that I need to have, and then I can get that done for you guys. And then I'm gonna get this set back up, and then we're gonna go back onto it. Don't bite this. The hard thing about having a dog is that everything is a two choice. So okay, we're back. So if my dogs start chewing on this or biting this, it's gonna be interesting. Okay, hold on. Gotta get the hook unhooked. So I think what I'm gonna do with the cardigan situation is I am going to do that off camera, and then I will just post a little short about it or a little photo of it on my YouTube channel, on the channel, and then you can see it there. Because if I do it on live, I think that it's too complicated, because I have to really focus on it and stuff, and I don't want to keep messing up on live. So I believe what I'm doing here is okay, because I think what I'm doing here is I'm unraveling, because I think there was a place where I had messed up. So this is it. What I am currently making here, and let me stand up and show you this, is I am currently making an 8-point star blanket, and I need to get this done before, like, I need to get this done before July. So there was a mistake that was made. Sam, please don't hurt yourself. I'm talking to my dog. So I can't remember if I just skipped over the mistake or what the situation is, but I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, because the mistake is right here. Like, if you look, this is supposed to just be a cluster of 3 and not a corner, but it's, if you look here, where do we end? Where's the starting thing? Maybe it would be worth unraveling it, because, hold on. This is really confusing me right now. Because I don't know where we are. Does this not even have a joining into it? Oh, there it is. Is this it? What the heck? Yeah, so welcome to the life of a crocheter. You can't even find where you're slip stitching to. This is what the freak, dude? What the freak? Okay. It's right here. Yeah, this is it. So if I wanted to unravel it to fix the mistake, I'd have to essentially go all the way back here. Now, if I look at where the mistake is and see if it's worth unraveling, then that'll be a thing. Because if it was a mistake that was made like 20 rows ago, I wouldn't unravel it. But it was like the second to last row, and if we are essentially we would be going all the way back to the beginning. And I think skipping over this is going to throw it off. So I'm going to make the decision to unravel to the end. So here we go. We're just this is not the live. The title for the live should now be changed to Unraveling a Crochet Project. So yeah, just a little bit about crochet and about my projects and stuff that I do is I've been crocheting for about like a year, maybe like a year and a half maybe. And I learned mostly off of YouTube, and I learned a little bit from my grandma's and all that stuff. So yeah, my dogs might jump up here, so I'm just going to maybe potentially be moving. Because I want this blanket to be almost perfect. Like there's an imperfection all the way down here at the core of the star, but I personally don't feel like unraveling it that far. So this is the 8-point star blanket. So it is a blanket that is in the shape of a star. Hang on, my dogs are going wild again. Okay, so yeah, so I'm just here unraveling this project. Yeah, I'm hoping to get content where you can actually watch me crochet and not watch me unravel things, but I think it's just I'm having a heck of a week. And so, yeah, life of a crocheter. I hope that this is, at least bringing you some sense of order. I really don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going live until probably gonna stay live for like about, where's the mistake that Hi Luigi! Meow! Look at my kitty. Oh, you can't see him, but you'll probably see his tail in the frame in just a second. So the mistake is right here, and it's gonna take me a while. So, alright, here's what we're gonna do. Is I have some stitch markers in my bag, and I'm going to make sure that the stitch doesn't unravel. Make sure that the stitch doesn't unravel that we're at right now. And I'm gonna go in my room and we're gonna get a project. We're gonna find something to crochet with. I think it's gonna end up being just like a hat, because right now I guess I can't work on my big projects because I am so, yeah. So what I'm gonna do so that the yarn doesn't get so tangled, because I unraveled just a bunch of it, is I'm going to wrap it up around the the whole thing of yarn, the skein or the cake or whatever you want to call it. So just give me a minute, and then we're gonna do a project, and I'm sorry, these lives are really, like, I'm new to this whole going live thing, so if I seem bird-brained or scatterbrained, yeah. So we are, obviously today is a day where we are not working on big crochet projects. So again, I'm gonna go into my room and get a project that I can actually do, which should be a bucket hat, which I do actually need to make a decent amount of those if I'm going to be doing some markets and events. So yeah, I'm just gonna wrap up all the yarn that I've unraveled from these rows and fold it up and get that all nice and neat, and then we're gonna get a project and we're gonna do the project and all kinds of stuff like that. I think that doing bucket hats is probably gonna be the best for me because it's something that I can do and then it's mindless and I don't have to follow a pattern for it and I don't have to think about it. And if I mess up, it's not a big thing that I have to unravel, and I can churn out bucket hats really, really quickly. So we're gonna stay live until probably, for me, until probably like 4 o'clock. I don't know, depending on how I feel. Because there's some things that I have to do. So I also might just upload like a couple videos or so. So this I think is enough that I don't have to worry about it. So my table in my living room is filling up quick with crochet projects. So I'm going to turn off the camera and I'm going to take you guys with me real quick while I get the yarn. So we're going back to get yarn for bucket hats because that's obviously one of the only things I can do right now. I think we're going to do bucket hats with a probably going to do the hats with a 4. I think we're going to do the bucket hats with a, I need scissors. Where are my scissors? Okay. I officially have no clue where my scissors went. So, yay. Back on the live. Give me 1 sec. Gotta make the hat. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Camera is going on. Okay, here we go. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I'm so sorry. This live has been so bird-brained and scatterbrained, and I am really, yeah, I'm doing great today. So, I obviously, alright. Since I used a different crochet hook, I'm going to, yeah. Alright, bucket hat. I can do this. I'm going to be using a 6mm crochet hook for this. I'm using a metal one because my ergonomic one, or the one that had the red handle that you saw me crocheting with before, is the one that I'm specifically using for my cardigan right now. And this one has a different head to it. This one is a boy, or a Susan Bates, which is a different, I don't usually crochet with this hook style, so we'll see how well I do. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna stay live for a couple more minutes. Hi Samson. Hi. I think I'm gonna just stay live for a couple more minutes and get at least one part of the hat done. So that's 1, 2, 3. Hey Luigi. 4. 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to be going live tomorrow at 3 o'clock, and then on Friday, I'll have to see what my schedule's like. But on Friday, I think I will be staying. I will be going live. So let me count these real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then we're gonna do 7, 8. Sorry. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Alright, we've got 8, 9, 10, and 11. This is also not an original pattern of a bucket hat, but that's okay because I'm starting. You have to start somewhere with crochet, so yeah. I usually don't use this hook for making bucket hats, so this might be a little different for me. But yeah, bucket hats are something that I've made so many times that I think I could actually do it with my eyes closed. So, and it's granny stitch bucket hats. I have yet to learn how to do solid bucket hats yet. I think I could figure it out, so I think that might be the next thing that I make, because I know that a lot of people would use like granny stitch bucket hats for like the spring or the summer because it's hot out, and so it'll keep your head less warm because it'll have holes in it purposely. And I think that having solid bucket hats would definitely get a lot more attention for the people who wear hats in the winter. I also know how to make bandanas. I'm still perfecting them though, because I'm trying to figure out how you wear them and all kinds of stuff like that. And then I'm hoping to, sorry, my mouth is really dry right now. I'm hoping to learn how to make tote bags and market bags, because I know that those will also sell too. And a lot of people tell me that I should make amigurumi, and I would like to do that one day, but to me, making the crochet stuffed animals is not like something that just I'm really, into, so I like making more clothing stuff. And one thing I also do when I crochet to keep my motivation up is I like to read. I like to do books and all that stuff, so yeah. Crochet is just a very interesting thing for me to do, and I think that it helps calm me down with a lot of my ADHD and all kinds of things like that. So yeah. I am going to go live tomorrow at 3, and what I'm going to do right after this live is I'm going to record a video and stuff. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this live. It was so nice to have the viewers. Thank you for giving me your attention for a while and listening to me ramble. And when I go live tomorrow, you will see me actually be able to do a project. So thank you guys. I hope you have an amazing day. Goodbye.